We help scale a finance company to over $36 million per year or $3 million per month in revenue. My name is James Lewis, CEO of BizLeads and Whiteboard Investments, and we generated upwards of 5,000 leads per month plus other systems that we implemented for this company approximately 1.5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer when we actually engaged them. And in this video, I'm going to cover the exact marketing strategy that we used and the actual funnel build up so you'll get direct access to how you scale from 500 leads a month to 5,000 and kind of the tips and how to actually view marketing holistically with the current day and age of digital leads in order to get humongous amounts of growth within your company. So let's jump right in. So discover how we actually scaled from early stage to basically $30 million, like over $30 million with strategic advertising, how we basically evolved in the messaging, cross-channel marketing that generated upwards of 5,000 leads per month at its peak. So section 1, just so you can really understand, basically what actually will get you to 1,500 leads per month very easily won't get you to 5,000 leads per month, okay? So we started with high efficiency buy now direct response ads. Now what this means is these are people who are in the best stage of kind of like market awareness. So they're the most aware of a product. Now, this is an example which was this was the industry for the actual company that we were doing it with, is in business finance in Australia. So hook, need 20 to 250K in 24 hours, see if your business qualifies. Like that's someone who understands the business finance industry, understands that that's a good offer, and then they're actually checking to see if they qualify so that they actually go through and get this offer. It targets fast action business owners, structured for urgency and clarity because the offer is fairly clear, especially if you have a good industry knowledge in terms of the industry. So we started this on Facebook ads, and again, you can get to 1,000, 1,500 leads per month of Facebook ads if you're good, pretty quickly. Like I would say within a few weeks, like genuinely. Now, phase 2 was we basically scaled with more problem-aware campaigns. So once lead volume plateaued around 1,500, maybe 2,000 leads per month approximately, we shifted messaging to capturing problem-aware prospects and people not yet actively shopping but in pain. So I'll quickly lay out a couple different things for you to know so that you can actually see. So problem awareness is basically, and the stages of awareness are this. So they go from unaware, they're problem aware, they're solution aware, and they're product aware, and then most aware. That's around the kind of flow throughout this. So this is a very good example of direct response buyers who are in the second category, and they are a little bit solution aware, are very product aware, and they also can be very aware. Like they can be the most aware. Now, phase 2, with actually scaling the problem aware campaign, we moved down slightly. So the advertising angles, again, sick of getting blocked by banks, being denied for a loan even though your business is growing, can't access working capital. Now, these are relatively similar to the direct response, but they're not direct offers. They're one earlier. It's like triggering a bit of pain in it as well because they might have tried previously, but right now they may not be directly looking for funds as such. So that's where we went to problem aware. This gained a couple extra 100 leads every single week. And basically you can test. So again, 1,500 to 2,000 leads per month, so a couple hundred extra a week, as I was saying. And basically the creative styles explained that we used were carousel ads, mobile optimized videos, testimonial quote cards, and this basically really helped us push forward. And this was run, by the way, on our own comparison brands, then going to a third party. So we'd have all of these of our internal brand that we were running for this type. Now, to get the last amount of our leads, we opened up Google Ads basically for the high intent search traffic as well, because Facebook, I'm not saying it was tapped out, but it was close to tapped out for sure. And basically open up Google Ads for basically ads for high intent search. And once we neared approximately 3,000 to 3,500, we open up Google search. And by the way, this all happened within a very short period of time, approximately 2 months, 3 months. And then campaigns included keywords like unsecured business loans fast, same day funding for ABNs, business finance, no docs. So you got to, again, have a clear strategy when you're going ahead with Google, okay? So you got to make sure you know which stage it is in the 5 stages of awareness, okay? So unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, etc. And basically leads were sent, obviously focused on building speed, focused on building trust and immense amounts of speed. you click on the ad straight to the landing page, direct response going straight from there. And then basically we also retargeted them across Facebook and Instagram of anyone who landed on that website and didn't convert, because these people are like, they've searched it up, they're looking for it in some regard, okay? And then we basically got on our reporting back, digital leads for this business were doing about 70% of deals at the time. And we were producing, again, huge amounts of volume for this client. So phase 2 was team infrastructure needed for volume. So can't scale lead volume if your team can't absorb and obviously convert it. So 3-tier sales system to support the team to qualify, close, and manage deal flow. Basically, this is something that wasn't directly like our doing, meaning like we didn't do this for this company at the level of like we hired everyone, trained everyone, did everything like that. But basically we helped implement and recommend 3-layer sales team setup, which is basically SDRs handling all new leads, call within 5 minutes, qualified, and bam fammed, which means book a meeting from a meeting. So you never have a time without talking to a prospect. Then closes brokers. So in this case, it was brokers, and they only took basically calendar booked APT, like appointments, like APTs, appointments for applications and finalizing applications. And in most cases as well, we wouldn't even just do we wouldn't do appointments. It was also a live transfer over as well. So SDRs call every single new lead because there's a huge amount of new leads. They were getting approximately sub 10,000 leads total in the whole of the market. And basically SDRs straight to the brokers, and then admin managed docs, approvals, contracts, and compliance for the business finance industry. So week 1, obviously you want to really go over the examples of scripts, objection handling mock calls, playing this out, role playing with the people that are your superiors and basically whoever then is the manager going down, making sure you actually properly role play this with people. It's the biggest mistake I see. No one role plays and actually goes over common objections, drills them. It's like, for example, oh, the rate's too high. It's just like, of course they're going to get that. Have one of the best responses to it. It's like, yeah, perfect. I completely understand what you're saying. Based on this, and this factor, that's like, we did our best in this regard. And have those memorized to what it is, okay? And then real dials with coaching plus call audits. So basically have call recording on all the time, so that week 2, you can actually review what you've done week 1 when you start calling leads as well. And then end of week 2, KPI-based reviews. So basically SDRs, and this is for SDR training as well, like know that you have a and you need a succinct process when you are ramping people up into like their key performance indicators, and make sure you're doing that, okay? So tracking calls daily, contact rates, app show rates, funded deal count, pipeline value, etc. And obviously you have SDRs, they report the real-time objections, pain points, etc. Marketing then adjusts ad angles, and final copy based on feedback, which is exactly what we did. And this allowed us to maintain speed across 500 plus deals per month. Like, yes, they were doing over 500 deals per month consistently, over 500 deals per month, even on less than 5,000 leads as well, okay? So biggest thing, to recap the $30 million system, start to finish. The ad evolution, starting off with the most buyer-ready people, moving down the funnel. And then if you're in an industry, which I would say finance is a very sought-after industry in terms of people that are searching for it. So Google is available to all of you, and even other companies. Like, you will know whether your industry is Google ready, okay? Because there's search volume. Like, is your offer of what you're offering a constant term, or is it something that's completely new to the market, okay? So, like, do you have to confuse and stop people? Meaning not confuse, but like stop people. So is it Facebook, or can you do direct response advertising on Facebook? And then can you add in retargeting, Google? Like, what can you do from there, okay? So then we helped build the team of after doing all the ads and basically having everything in terms of scaling up. On the way that we're scaling up, adjacent to that, we were building the team of SDRs, helping that brokers and admin basically to process all these leads, okay? So make sure that you're very clear on how you would structure a campaign, and know the biggest thing to take away, okay? I guarantee you can get more leads out of the current platform you're using before you ever think that it can, like, basically you need to move on or you need to change something. Your ads just are not good enough. Like, I hate to say, your ads are just not good enough. The way that you're doing it is just not good enough. If you can't consistently generate literally thousands of leads in an industry in, for example, Australia, and tens of thousands in America or anything like that, in a industry that has a adjustable market of millions of people. Like, for example, let's say it's life insurance as the example. Let's say there's 10 million people in Australia that have life insurance, and let's say in America, I don't know, the market of people who can get life insurance would be like 250 million people, let's say. If you're worried about 1,000 leads, 2,000 leads a month from Facebook, which has 1 billion users, in America alone, I think it has like a 70%, 80% like monthly penetration of users, just know that you can do way more before you ever need to go over to another channel, because it is very difficult to go from having like this way of launching things and then going to this and then to this. Like, meaning they are different, very different strategies. They are different creative, different processes. Like they're different things. There's now multiple landing pages. There's now multiple sets of hooks per ad, like per singular like approach. Okay, so what I mean by approach is, let's say the offer that we're testing is this, and we know this is a very strong offer. So now we're testing like the angle. It's like, okay, perfect. So what's the angle? It's like need this in 24 hours. That's not exact. That's the offer more so, not the angle, just to be clear. So need 20 to 250K in 24 hours. See if your business qualifies. That is the offer. Okay. The angle that you can take, think of it as the perspective and how you are approaching them. It's like, for example, sick of your payroll bills taking up all of your profits and you just need that little cash bump. It's like now you're targeting their expenses as the angle and the perspective. And then you go into need 2 to 250K in 24 hours. Another angle, for example, of how you can attack it is like in business finance, one that we targeted a lot was business expansion. So for example, we were getting at that time a lot of asset inquiries. So at the time as well, we had in Australia $150,000 instant rebate of like instant tax rebate, basically instant asset write-off. So the angle of this, like it brought in a lot of those people. Okay, so to use that as a perspective, it's like need 20 to 250K, get vehicles for your fleet as such. Like that's the perspective that you're trying to get those kinds of people to respond to the offer. Okay, because the more specific your marketing is, the better the results will be. Okay, so yes, to wrap up, that is the recap. Make sure you have a feedback system that then takes ads, team infrastructure, and pushes it all down. Now, the results of just us working with this business were doing approximately $1.6 to $2 million per month in new revenue. And this isn't like loans funded. This is like new revenue. Like this is an enormous company who I'm sure like you would know if I like said the name. Now, I can't because of NDAs and things like that, but 500 plus deals per month, and that's what they were getting consistently. Okay, so again, biggest takeaways: know your ad strategy, know how to build your team infrastructure, and then have a feedback system that links between these two. Hopefully that was valuable, guys. I have a few other videos that dive deep into actually the sales aspect of this more in depth for team infrastructure and things like that. So take a look at those. Otherwise, I'll speak to you guys soon.